Hi, this video is to give you an overview of our second course project, a literary analysis. There's going to be a lot of things that you make choices about for this project, including what text you decide to write your analysis on. So let's look at a brief overview of this assignment. One thing that I do want to remind you to do is read through the literary analysis instructions document that is on Learn. It holds a lot more details about this assignment. Remember that this video is just an overview. So a few basic logistical aspects of the assignment. In total, you're going to have your assignment be 1,500 to 2,000 words. You will need to cite your sources using MLA, including your actual text, as well as any additional sources you may choose to bring in besides that. The project should be multimodal, with one mode being either a written text or a combination of spoken text. So what I'm doing right now where I'm narrating, this is spoken text versus what is actually written, and you can visually see is written text. The word count can be met either by written text or by spoken text or through a combination of the two. Please note though, if you do have spoken text, please do include some type of a script. Just make sure that that is also written word for word what you say. You are going to need to have a project plan. You'll propose the project plan. It'll have kind of a basic decision list for you to make. I am going to give you approval on those just to make sure that you're on the right track. And overall, the assignment is worth 15% of your course grade. So, the process for this assignment. You're going to start off by actually choosing a text that you want to write your analysis of. You have a lot of freedom here. It can be a book, although I recommend you've previously read it. If it is a book, you're not going to have a ton of time to read a brand new book. You could choose a short story or a graphic novel. These are generally brief enough that you could easily and quickly read them. So if it's a new to you short story, that's completely fine. Alternatively, you could also do an analysis on a single movie. If you do choose to do an analysis of the movie, be aware that this will limit your choice of modes, because rather than having text to draw out as quotations for evidence, you're going to need to work with video clips as your quotations, as your evidence from that text. So be aware of that. It will kind of force you to move into working with video, but if that's something you're interested in, that might be a great option for you. So after you've chosen what text you want to analyze, you're going to move on to brainstorming themes that you see in that narrative, and then narrowing it down and choosing one theme on which you'll focus your analysis. From here, you'll craft a theme statement, which will present a specific interpretation about that chosen theme. And you'll do another activity later on to talk more about choosing and brainstorming themes and developing theme statements. So there is more to come on that. After doing this theme and theme statement, you're going to find the evidence from the text that you want to use to support your argument. After you've done that, you'll build your draft using summary of the text, quotations from the text, and a lot of analysis of it. Okay, how does the multimodality and the medium fit into this? This is one of those places where you're going to have a lot of choice in this assignment. So beyond the word count, which I've given you, and the requirement that this has to be an analysis of a text, there's a lot of choices that you'll be making, such as who is your audience? What is the purpose of this? What medium do you want to present this in? Do you want to present this as a video, a YouTube piece? Do you want to present this as a blog, as a book club newsletter? There's a lot of different choices. So you have to narrow down who you're writing to, why you're writing this, what kind of format you're going to deliver this in, your medium, and what modes are you going to employ. So again, one of those modes has to be either spoken and or written text, but you also need an additional mode. So that's up to you to decide. Just keeping in mind, once again, if you choose to do your analysis on a movie, instead of a written text, you have to work with video clips because those will be the quotations and you have to have them to analyze them. Okay, the evaluation of this. I'm going to be looking at 5 specific areas when I evaluate this. First, your theme statement. This is just like a thesis statement. It's the guiding argument of your piece. So I'm going to be looking that you have a strong theme statement. It's clear, it's presented, it's in an appropriate location in your piece, all of those aspects. I'm also going to be looking heavily at your close reading and analysis. Again, this is something that we'll work on in the next couple of weeks to get you, practiced at. But this is going to be a major aspect of the piece, is what kind of analysis have you produced? I'm also going to be looking at the organization of your piece and the grammar, spelling, local issues at the sentence level, as well as how well you've addressed your rhetorical situation. How well have you employed multimodality? How well have you targeted your specific chosen audience? And how well have you accomplished your chosen purpose? So a couple of other resources I want you to be aware of, one of which you should have already read, is the Writing Today Chapter 8. That chapter is all about literary analysis. There are also several sample pieces, multimodal and a couple that aren't multimodal, in the gallery of samples that's on Learn. And of course, as always, I'm a great resource for you, so if you have questions, please post them in the Writer's Lounge. That way I can answer them, and anyone else who has the same question can view that same answer, because usually if you have a question, other people do as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what text you produce, what text you choose, what analysis you produce, and really seeing what you choose to do with this project.